Hello, you ready? You have calculator? Okay. If you don't have calculator, raise your hand. I'll let you borrow this form. Yes. Too many of you. Can you share a little bit with your friend? Okay, let's. All right. What I want you to do is to calculate friction factor. Okay. By use your calculator. Notice that this is the implicit form. Okay. Colebrook equation is the implicit form. So what we will do is, you see the equation 1 over square root f. So on the right hand side, if we raise it to the power of minus 2, the left hand side will be f, right? Correct? So the right hand side, raise it to the power of minus 2. Okay, left hand side will be f instead of 1 over square root f. Everyone get it? Alright, so we will use successive method. Successive method means we start with the initial guess of friction factor, put that initial guess onto the right hand side, do the calculation and get the value on the left hand side. If I do it in Excel, so how much Renault number do you want? 3,099.
No, it doesn't work. 4,200.
Let's use it higher than that, because when it is at low Renault number, it doesn't matter. If it is at low Renault number, the roughness doesn't play any role. Okay, let's do 20,000. Okay, this is roughness. Pipe diameter, let's do 5 centimeter. Okay. And roughness, let's do 200 micron. Okay. So this is how we type 200 micron in the unit of meter. So it pop up like this. All right. Anyone can tell me the answer for friction factor? Let's go back to the formula. That's the formula. You ready? Okay, what I would like you to do is type the formula on the right hand side and raise it to the power of minus 2. Okay. Maybe you may wonder, how do I type Renault number? How do I type epsilon? How do I type D? Do you know how to do that? Not really. So how about I put 0.0002 into epsilon? Okay. What we will do is on your calculator, bring your calculator, you press mode 1. Okay, mode 1. When you turn it on, go to mode 1. If you don't have the same model, I will tell you how to do it, but we will do it differently. Okay. So if you have the same model calculator, go to mode 1 and type 0.0002, and there's an arrow, and then press alpha and then E. Of course, you don't get it unless I really show you which button to push, right?
Professor, you
On
get
menu. Okay.
You can turn on it and work on that.
Okay. Annotator. I have the light.
No, it's working.
Working?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, Raymond. So press menu. Okay. Menu. Go to mode 1. Use this button to move around.
It's normal, right?
So mode 1 is run and matrix. Better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Too close?
Good.
Okay. So go to mode 1 and exe. That makes us go to mode 1.
Could you press menu?
So menu will make you to that screen and use this button to move around. We go to mode 1, we click, press exe, we go to mode 1. So I want 0.0002 to store into the variable e. Okay, what I will do is type 0.0002. You can do this, of course, not that difficult. And you see that arrow button over there? Arrow button, okay? And alpha, that's alpha. So when I press alpha, if I press on cosine, it will be E instead. You have that, right?
Yes.
Press exe. Seems like nothing happened, but actually, right now, we store the value of 0.002 into capital E. Good?
Can you repeat it again?
Capital E.
Capital E. Capital E can access by press alpha and cosine. Okay. If we press alpha and we press cosine, we will have E. And if we have 0.002 arrow E, press exe, this means we store value into E. How do we know which value is in which variable? So if I press alpha and I press cosine, which will give me E, I press exe. It shows the value of 2 times 10 to the power minus 4. So right now, E has that value of roughness. Okay, now I want diameter. I press 0.0, what do we do? 5?
Yes.
Arrow, and then capital D. Capital D is on side theta. You see my finger?
Yes.
Okay. Now I have D store the value of 0.05. What about Reynolds number? What do we use? 10,000? 20,000? Okay. So I can type 2E small e. You see this small e, exp over here? Oh, you don't see it. See this small e? Okay, let me delete it. 2 small e. See this exp? I click there. It will show you small e. That is 10 to the power of something. So I want 10 to the power of 4. I press 4. 2e4. Okay. And then arrow. And then alpha. And where's my R?
From 6.
Number 6. Thank you. Press exe. So it gives me 20,000 over there. Everyone good?
Good.
Okay.
Sorry. Small E, how did you get that?
Small e is this button.
That's what
This is 10 to the power of something. Same thing that we type in Excel. Alright? So, the formula, I don't have the formula.
Formula is
So, the formula is, what's formula?
minus 4.
Minus, you have to press this button, not this button, it's different, you see. This one is operator, this one is minus sign in front of some number. So minus 4 times common log, right? LOG,
Yeah.
common log, parentheses. What do we use? E over D?
Yeah.
So E alpha and then E. Good. Over D divided by this button, okay? E over alpha D divided by 3.7 or something? 3.7. Good. And what do we do next? Plus 1.5
256.
256 divided by random number, right?
Yeah.
Okay, alpha R and divided by square root f, right? Correct? Okay.
So we need an initial.
What we can do is we put divided by square root f. Square root f
Well, the other
shift.
the random number is multiplied with the square root of f.
Okay. So if I type multiply over there, what happens is we get
Yeah.
1.256 divided by random number but multiplied by square root of friction factor. If we want square root of friction factor to be at the bottom, we have to type that division sign.
Okay, so f.
Make sure that you realize the operation is from left to right. Okay? A divided by B divided by C mean A over parentheses B times C. Correct? So make sure that you realize that the operation is from left to right. So what will we do now? I press shift and I press this button, okay, to type square root. You see it? So next, I try to use previous guess to do this. So I press shift and minus sign. This is answer. Okay. Close parenthesis. This will be close parenthesis of log base 10.
We need another one.
And another close parenthesis will be the whole thing. And this thing has to raise to the power of minus 2. Okay. I press exe. It will be bad. Because our initial guess right now is 0 maybe. It may be, oh, okay, it's kind of good. It's produced some value of 0.01 something. So what I will do next, I delete everything, press this button, and I set my initial guess to be 0.01. How do I do that? Easy. 0. Okay, let's do 0.01. I press exe. Whenever I press exe, this means 0.01 is the answer. So if I want to check what is my answer, I shift minus sign. That tells me the answer. So now I set my initial condition. And I'm ready to do successive method. Successive method means you press exe several times. That easy. So I press delete everything, exe, up. Okay, now we come back here, right? So I press exe several times. And at the end you see your value converge. Sound good? Are we going to type this every time? No, probably not. You may want to put it in the memory somehow. So what we do is we do copy and paste. Okay, up and how do I do copy and paste? Shift, and then number 8. Okay, does it do anything? And then right. Sorry. AC again. Shift, number 8, and then right up. Shift. Okay. Shift, click again. So now what you do is when we click up and put the when we click up and click this arrow button, now you are in editing mode. Okay. When you are in editing mode, we can copy and paste. To copy, Shift 8. Okay. And right. First we have to highlight it first. Okay. Now we highlight everything. Okay. And then F1. This means we copy. Okay. And menu 9. So now we are in programming mode. We press
Menu, you press what after menu?
menu and number 9. You see my finger, number 9. Okay, and then new name of the program. Okay, what should be the name? Friction factor F. Just F. Okay, exe. So in this part, I press Shift add F2. Oh, not F2. No, don't do this. I press Shift and then number 9. Now it's paste, right? So it's like we copy and paste. And you can do it by, in a better way, you can call this function and run it. Or if you want to, every time that you want to run it, you want to copy from this part back over there, you can do it. So if we copy and paste like this code will not run. Okay, it will run, but maybe something that you don't expect. So when we're done, I think we just click exit. So now I have F. So when you want to use it, you edit this function and then copy that and then paste it on to the mode 1. So if you who have calculator?
164.
64 maybe number of character or the number of space in byte or something. So if you get it, now tell me what is the friction factor, finding friction factor for the case of Renault number equal to 30,000. Oh yeah, press the button, quickly, please. Who don't have the calculator?
We are using 0.01 in where you put ants, right?
As the initial, yes.
So as the initial guess, yeah. And we are going to continue using that one.
No, if you put that one.
So I use. So Renault number instead of 20,000, let's use 30,000. Let's use 30,000. And epsilon, this is diameter D. and this Reynolds number, and this one is epsilon. Okay, if we know diameter, Reynolds number, and epsilon, we can tell finding friction factor, right? You may need to see the equation. That is the equation. So make sure that if you use that kind of calculator, you can also do this too. Yes. Yeah, you have A, B, C, D, but you have just 2D, okay? So you use the same method. Parentheses, yeah, you can type it. You want me to show you how to do it in this machine?
Yes.
What about TI?
But the thing
TI can do this too.
TI for sure can do it.
TI can do it too.
the thing is, I think we can program.
You can program, but you can type.
Yeah, we can type. Yeah.
And you can do iteration.
Exactly.
So what I do is, what? Minus 4.
This is my
Where's my minus sign? Minus 4.
Yeah, I have this.
Multiplied by log, parentheses, log what? EOD. So, okay, let's set the value of E. E, oh, you don't have E, you have A, B, C, D.
We have from A to F.
So, yeah, you can do it, but it's kind of confusing. So what I will do instead is, parentheses, minus 4, multiply, log, and this will be, epsilon is 0.0002 or 1, 2, right? Over diameter, which is 0.05. This is epsilon over D. Divided by what?
Divided by 3.7.
3.7 plus 1.256, correct?
Yeah, divided by Reynolds number, which is 30,000.
30000, and divided by square root of the previous answer A and S, right? And then close,
With the power of
and then close again to the power of minus 2.
it's the third line, the third one. Yeah.
Yes. This
Yeah, it's minus 2. This calculator is
math error because I don't have the initial value.
okay.
God. It's also have up button, so I press is AC and up.
Doesn't work.
How to do it again? You see why I asked you to buy that calculator.
Yeah. I think that's
But this one for
easier.
saving the values, this one is way easier. Like all my undergrad, I did it on this. You don't have to. You put a shift, like you put the value without any definition. Let's say 0.002. You press shift, store, and you choose from different 6. It's way easier, I think. But if it does not do the programming, it's pointless.
Practice makes perfect, okay? Whatever kind of calculator that you have, you practice it. Divided by 0.05 divided by 3.7 plus 1.256, right? Divided by Reynolds number, which is 30,000, divided by square root of answer and close parenthesis for log, close parenthesis for the whole thing, raised to the power of minus 2. And then press this equal button several times. God, is like it's paused for a couple seconds. But if you do it on that kind of calculator, it's pop up right away, right?
How do you see a previous history? There's a present of mine. It's just showing me the last thing I did.
For that model, you press AC, delete everything, and up several times. Okay. So, my dear student, what is the value do you get when you use that $42 machine? Akin, what do you get?
It's faster processor.
Faster processor. What do you get?
And
you get this number?
No, I don't have it set up yet.
You didn't have it yet?
I don't have it set up yet, yeah. I'm just following it.
But you know how to do it, right?
Yeah, I took notes. I'm going to practice.
Okay.
I don't know how to get into that mode.
Who did it?
Yeah, they did.
Do you get the same as what I got?
Yeah.
Alright.
I got 7.83.
Probably has to press something more. Maybe I did it wrong or you did it wrong. How much do you get, other people? Do you get the same as mine?
Yeah, they got that.
I get it the first time.
Try it more then. If everyone get like mine.
Oh, do you think that we can't see
Different.
We got the answer, but we can't see.
You may not be able to see history of what you did. Okay, once you buy the calculator, please take some time to read the manual. You may realize right now that your calculator can do several things that you may not know. For example, that one doesn't do really spreadsheet, but it can do summation of many numbers. Okay, in mode 2, but I don't teach you how to do that. Teach you how to do fraction factor is good enough. And now we will do it in Excel. Alright, how do we do it in Excel? Any idea? So we start with 0.01 equal, what did we do earlier? Minus 4 multiply log multiply epsilon, which is that F4. F4 will make it fixed with that one. Epsilon over D, F4, divided by 1.256 plus
3.7.
or 3.7. 3.7 plus 1.256 divided by Reynolds number F4 divided by square root SQRT of the previous value, close parenthesis, and close parenthesis again, raised to the power of minus 2, enter, and your task is just shift. So what I do is I shift page down, Control D, boom, done. If you want more digit, Control F1, scientific, and this one can do 15 digit. Okay, that's what it is.
But you copied, you just highlighted the rest of it.
Shift page down, Control D. All right, good enough.
How did you go to the previous value by just pressing one button when you were writing?
Previous Control 1. If you press Control 1, so if you press Control 1, it will show this screen. So if you, sometimes when you press Control 1, it goes to the top. So now you can do it in Excel. How about VBA? Have any idea about VBA? Okay, it is like a calculator, but it's somewhat easier. Instead of you type this function, you see this function minus 4 something. Instead of you doing that, you can name it. You can also name it over here too. You put this, everything into VBA. So the way to do it is, okay, copy this part. Okay, alternate F11 will make you go to this screen.
What would you try?
Alternate F11. If you don't want to do alternate F11, you press, where's that? Formula, data, is not there. Okay, you probably have to go to File and option something. Add in, is that add in?
No, it's also, I think it was in customized ribbon.
Customized ribbon. and then add developer. Click that. Okay. Now you have developer tab. Then you can click that button. Good? Okay. Let me create a new one so that I don't replace the old one. I right click on the module and insert module. Okay. So what I will do is an easy function. Okay. I type function. F-U-N-C-T-I-O-N. Too small for you to see anything, right? You may not see the screen because it's too small. Option, text, editor format. Okay. Bigger. Better?
Yes.
Function. Friction or calculate friction factor. Cal F. So this is just the name of the function. Okay, this is just the name of the function. What kind of input do we need? Let's say we don't take any input. We need epsilon, d, and Reynolds number as input, right? Okay. All of that are double. Double is like real number. So parentheses, epsilon as double, RE as double, and capital D as double. Enter. It shows you n function. We copy the formula already, so we paste it. If you do like this, crash, doesn't work, okay? So we will type something similar to this. We will edit this formula. I think quite positive that if we type log in VBA, it is natural log. It's not log base 10 for log. So what I will do is cal underscore f equal to minus 4 multiplied by log, and this is our epsilon, right? Epsilon over capital D divided by 3.7 plus this, and this is Reynolds number, and this is square root. We cannot really type square root like this, so we have to use a hat sign. We need f to the power of 0.5. Okay. Now it's good. Alright, f to the power of 0.5. F is another input. See what I'm saying? So, comma f as double. You still with me? Under? You're right, under? You got this? Yeah, is that your name? How do you pronounce your name?
Anders.
Anders,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. For when I say June in Norwegian, when you type J-U-N-E, is that say June or something else?
Sorry?
How do you pronounce your name?
In Norwegian?
Yeah,
June.
not June.
No.
Yuna.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Yuna. Alright, that's great. Okay, you understand this?
Yeah.
So what we will do is we will go back to the front. Okay. To go back to the front quickly, alternate F11. So I start with 0.01. That is my initial guess, right? And right now I will type equal and my function cal underscore f. And I have to put epsilon, which is this one. What else?
Reynolds number.
Reynolds number, which is that one. Diameter, which is that one. And the previous value. Something wrong? Okay. Realize that we have to put it in order strictly. Okay. Let's go back to the program.
That was the order.
In the program we do epsilon. Oh, okay.
Reynolds and Bell and D.
Epsilon, Reynolds number, and then D. What did I do over here?
Yes. You did.
I do blue, epsilon, Reynolds number, red, and D, purple. So I did everything right, why the answer is not right? You recall log is natural log, right? So what we will do is, we go back to our formula, and we have to divide it by log 10. Hopefully this time is correct.
The first one will go back. You didn't change something.
Wow! Good?
Can you go back?
I just put,
How about you log the first log?
No,
Take it to
so
the fourth.
so this parenthesis, you see this parenthesis cover this function log.
Okay.
So this log divided by log 10 base e make log base e to be log base 10. Good?
Good. Why don't you just put log 10?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's just put log 10. I think it should work too if I put log 10. Thank you. I go back, do this again. Function not defined. Let's use log and then divide it by log 10. And then I click play. Go back. Go back and run again. Now it's good. I think if I use log 10, that has to call math library or Excel function or something. VBA doesn't immediately recognize log 10. So let's use log divided by log 10. So what I do is I shift page down, Control D, and Control 1. Scientific, 15 digit. So it's identical. Okay, have to be identical 15 digit. Okay. So now there is no excuse that, hey, great, I cannot do the friction factor calculation. Okay. So this is successive method. Okay. Everyone get it? All right. Next will be something a little bit more.
so you just shift down it?
Yeah, I hold shift. So what I do is
Shift down?
I hold shift and I click page down. Not arrow, page down and then control it. So it's done.
Can you make it possible to do the iteration itself in the VBA?
Yes. Yes. But we are about to do that. Okay, we still have some time left. Alright. Matrix multiplication will show you how to do iteration. So what we have is, this part tells you, yes, we have to click custom ribbon and enable developer. Okay, now this will make the developer tab to be available. So when I go in there, so this is the review in case that you don't remember what I did. So I go to insert module, add the module in. Notice that I have option explicit on the top. Option explicit means any variable that we don't declare, we don't allow ourselves to use it. Is it off yet? It's still on? Okay. So option explicit help us a lot.
So everything we have to declare, right?
Yes, we have to declare everything. So realize that this time we use sub instead of function. Function means we can call from Excel front interface. Okay, from the Excel worksheet we can call it. Sub we can call it too. The difference is sub doesn't require any input, but it returns output. So to run sub, we have to click play button. I'll show you in a minute. So sub and then matrix name of the subroutine. Okay. So what I will do is matrix multiplication. Let's say I want to do matrix A is 5 by 5. Matrix B is 5 by 2. Okay. So 5 by 5 can multiply by 5 by 2, right? A multiply B. That is valid argument. I is just an integer. So what I say here is dim mat a. Dim mat a, dim, dim mat a. So mat a is the identifier, name of the variable. Okay. Parenthesis 5, 5. So if I have dim mat a without parenthesis 5, 5, that will be just single memory location. Okay. So it's not array. It's not matrix yet. It's just scalar. Got it? So if I want it to be vector, I have the name, parenthesis, and some number. That is vector, one column. But if I want it to be matrix, so it will be 5, 5, and close parenthesis. Dim mat a 5, 5, close parenthesis as double. So that line means we create a matrix of 5 by 5, basically. Okay. Dim mat b 5, 2 as double, so we create matrix 5 by 2. And dim I as integer, dim j as integer. Integer is natural number or 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, not just natural, it can be -1, 0. It's a whole number. That's integer. Okay. 1.2 is not integer. Now I create a for loop. Okay, for loop means it will do the work several times. I say for I equal to 1 to 5. So this is a for loop for I. I will start from 1, do the whole task until it says next I. You see next I? So then when it's show next I, it will do the next one, and then end. Okay. I equal to 1 to 5, and inside that for loop, I have another for loop. Say j equal to 1 to 5. Oh yes, j equal to 1 to 4. So I have for loop inside for loop. Okay. I think you can do matrix multiplication by some other way too. This one is just show you how to do for loop. Alright. So the reason that I have for loop inside for loop because when I do matrix multiplication 5 by 5 multiplied by 5 by 2, I have to do the operation several times, like this, like 25 times or something. Okay. So inside the first for loop, I have j equal to 1 to 5, and I have this not end yet. I have mat a equal to cell ij. This is not matrix multiplication yet. It's just to take the value into matrix A. Cell ij. So this is to take the value of cell 1, 1, cell 1, 2, cell 1, 3 to cell 5, 5 into matrix A. This is this subroutine. Okay. This subroutine doesn't do multiplication yet. It just takes the value from the front interface into Excel.
So how does it know which cell exactly is it? IJ.
So cells,
Once if I
1 to
shift it,
5.
cells ij. We will show you in the edit mode. Okay. I'll show you in a minute. So I type this in Excel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A B C D E. Or this number I type it in. This is on the front interface. Okay. You can type this. It takes you some time, right, to type the number in Excel sheet. So if I do the want to switch, it go to alternate F11. We do alternate F11. We type all this number into this area. So we put the value of matrix A into VBA. Now we have to put the value of matrix B into VBA. To put the value of matrix B into VBA, we do the same thing. Okay, double for loop. Mat B ij. And this time, my value is from A7, A9, A7, A9, 10 to 11. So A is column 1. You see cell 6 plus I over there. The first index is row. The second index is column. So this means it go from row 6 plus I. I start from 1 to 5. So when I equal to 1, this will take the value from A7 if j equal to 1. When j equal to 1 and I equal to 1, it will take the value from A7. Okay? Because j equal to 1, column 1 is column A. Good. I equal to 1, 1 plus 6 is equal to 7. So you have to play with it a little bit. So when you do this, we take the value of A and B from the front interface into VBA. Vanguard. Got it?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just thinking in my head where the rows and the columns go.
All right. Have to do a little bit more. Okay. Now we want to run our first program to see what happened.
I have a question.
Escape, yes.
So the 6 there is going to affect both I and J?
No, only I.
Only I?
So when I equal to 1, 6 plus 1 equal to 7. So it takes the value of row 7, column 1 into that matrix. Okay. What I do is click this one, enable macro. I already put the number in there and this number in there. Okay. I will delete this part. I delete this part first. F11, go to this program. I press the stop point and then I click run. That stop point is where we want to pause the program, like debug it. Okay. I want it to go step by step. Debug let's do F8. I press F8. I didn't go there. No. F8, F8, F8. So this part, what it is doing, we click View, Local Window. You see that. May not see. You have to play with it yourself a little bit more. It put the value into matrix A. This number that you don't see is 24 and this is 15. So we let the program run step by step. Okay. Click pause over there, run. So now we have the value inside matrix A and value inside matrix B, the way that we want. Okay. And now we are going to multiply them. So when we multiply A to B, if we do, okay, let me go back to the front interface.
But you didn't introduce K, did you?
I declare this K over here. Okay. So we go back in the front. So when I multiply matrix, what I will do is first row multiplied by first column will equal to this number. Okay, dot product. 24 multiplied by 5 plus 15 multiplied by 3 plus 23 multiplied by 9 plus 20 multiplied by 2 plus minus 5 multiplied by 1. Add them together equal to this. So I do first row for the first column equal to that. Second row first column equal to that. Third row, first column, equal to that. Keep on doing, I get this whole thing. Next step, I do first row, second column, second row, second column, third row, second column, I get that, right? And we have to do summation. So this means it's kind of double for loop. So when we go back, so we have to do row 1 to row 5. Which is I from 1 to 5, and we have to do column 1 and then do column 2, like what I showed you earlier. So initially we want to do column 1, right? So row 1, column 1, each of them multiply together and add together. Add together, we have to add 5 terms together. So j equal to 1 to 5, this is to do summation. To do summation, we set this term to be 0 first, and then add itself plus the term that the multiplication. This is the multiplication. Add it with itself. Do this 5 times. So we add the multiplication together. We finish the first k equal to 1, first column. Then we do k equal to. Then we do next row. Keep on doing this. Realize that you may not understand this. Okay, I know. But what I want you to know is where's the syntax for loop? Where's the syntax for do the summation? Okay, and where's the syntax for print the result on the screen? So to print the result on the screen, we say cell something equal to matrix that we created earlier. So I go back. You see there's nothing over here. I click play. It's done. It's everything over here. Okay? And this is, I do it manually. You can do matrix multiplication by use Excel function. mult, M-U-L-T, highlight this part, comma, highlight this part, close parentheses, press enter. Let me show you. So I delete everything over there. Equal to mult, this part, comma, this part, close parentheses, enter, nothing happened yet. Highlight the whole area, F2, Control, Shift, enter. If you don't recall, Google it, okay? They say the same thing. Then you get this. Alright. This is the basic on how to use calculator and VBA. You will use it later. Later means on your project. Okay. Where's the sign-up sheet? Where's the sign-up sheet? Where's the sign-up sheet?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Let me call one name. Ramadan, Mohammed. Ramadan? Nowhere here, right? Okay. Good. See you at 11. And we yes?
I didn't sign. I don't think I signed.
Oh, come to sign. Whoever hasn't signed it yet, come to sign. Okay? Is it off yet?
No.
Let's turn it off.